Hi everyone, welcome back to the Vinyl Vault. I hope you're well. Just come back from doing a deal with one of the house clearance guys that I've recently negotiated with. He's given me first dibs on any records that he gets from his clearances, and today he rang me up and he's got this pile which is so big, but it's about, let me see, it's about 12 inches high, the stack. So yeah, I paid £100 for this. There's some fairly good records in there, but then there's some classic house clearance junk. So I'll show you what I've got, and you might say, oh, I wouldn't pay that money for it. And to be honest, yes, it would have been nice to get this a lot cheaper, but I've got to keep the guy sweet because you never know what he's going to find in the future. So we sort of came to a deal of £100. I think it was more in his favour than mine today, but yeah, as I say, you never know what we're going to get in the future, so I went with it. Right, this one is Graduate, Acting My Age, not seen it before. It's on what looks to be like Precision label. Guys with guitars, or in fact, I was going to say it could be the same guy in different shots, but I don't know, that could be, yeah, well these three look very similar, but don't know much about this. It looks like it's on something to do with the Pi label. I'll go fairly quick, I won't drag this video out for hours and hours and hours. Precision label, the catalogue number on this is part 001, so it's probably the first thing on this label. That's the A side. Record's nice and clean, dusty but clean. Clean in the respect of no scratches, but it is very dusty. It's made in England 1980, so I don't know, it looks a bit, I don't know, it looks a bit, I don't know what it looks like. I was going to say punky, but I'm not sure that is punk. So yeah, let me know if that's any good. Let's find a home for that. Okay, then next in the stack, this one's by Sparks. This is in a really thick cover. I think this is maybe a US pressing. Not sure what label that's on, it's just the logo. Show you what we've got inside, if I can open it. So plain paper inner, Bearsville Records possibly, it looks like Bearsville, that's the label. So quite an interesting one. Again, vinyl quite glossy on that, which is nice to get a good condition vinyl. So that's, yeah, that's quite interesting. Then we've got Squeeze. This is East Side Story Squeeze on the A&M label. Again, paper inner. Yeah, and vinyl's nice on this one. Which is the A side, don't know. Let me just show the labels as they come out. A&M Records. This is the other side. As you can see, vinyl's in quite nice condition. In fact, the sleeve on this is really nice as well. Sort of looks like an 80s thing. Does it have the year on the back? Not that I can see. So that's on A&M. Then next in the stack, this one's a bit dusty from being in storage. This is MGM Rockabilly Collection. Special Price Series. Paper inner. Again, cover and inner sleeve are near mint and vinyl's near mint. Okay, side one. So this is an MGM Rockabilly Collection. That's that one. Yeah, so there's things in here that I wouldn't have you know, necessarily bought normally, but as I say, you've got to do the deal. What's next? Oh right, this is one that I like. This is Enter the Dragon soundtrack. Loved that film when I was growing up. Loved the music actually. Black inner. Vinyl on this one is got quite a few finger marks, but looks okay. So with a clean, this should play fine. part of the Warner Brothers group. Enter the Dragon, great film. So please, that one's in there. Then we have, this is the Beatles, collection of the Beatles oldies. Bit of sellotape on the sleeve on this one. That's quite a heavy record actually. It's plain white inner, Parlophone label, yellow and black and yellow. That's really quite heavy, that one. Don't know if that means it's an earlier press being heavy. Quite nice condition. Fairly commonish record, I think. Turns up fairly often. Must have sold well. Then we've got Dixie Rock, whatever that is. Laminated sleeve, front and rear. Not seen this one before. Paper inner. Capricorn Records, made in the UK. West Side one. And again, vinyl on this is really nice. Really glossy. So that's good that it's in that condition. I'll give it a spin, see what style of music it is. I'm going to say it's probably, looks from the front cover, looks like it's sort of rock sort of stuff. Then we have ELO, Time. Not bad condition, bit of top edge wear. Oh, what's that in there? Oh, that's interesting. We've got a little merchandise, ELO merchandise book. Never seen that before. So that's one for the collectors. Do you have that in any of your ELO LPs? That's really nice. Printed inner sleeve. Oh, I don't think this has ever been played. This is absolutely mint. It came out of the sleeve with static. So that's, yeah, it literally looks like it's never been put on a deck. So that's really nice. So that's interesting, even though the sleeve's a little worn, record looks absolutely mint. And of course, it's got this little, forgive me for knocking the camera there, this little booklet. Put that away. Okay, next off the stack, the Cars. Again, cover looks in great condition. Maybe I won't pull all of these out because we're going to be here all day. I'll do this one. Correct inner, again, vinyl looks perfect on this. Side 1, Electra label. And here's side 2. If that's in focus, not sure. So yeah, maybe I won't pull all these out, otherwise this video will go on for a very long time. So that was the Cars. I might pull out one or two random ones. Right, this one's really dusty, so this must have been sitting at the front of the stack originally. This is a Zulu soundtrack, but it is, you probably won't be able to see it. It's really dusty, so I reckon that was at the front of the box originally. That's Zulu, an old film from way back, soundtrack. Can't say I've seen it before. I'm not sure it's something that turns up very often. Then we've got the Cars again. Includes a hit single drive. Gatefold. Again, not going to pull all these out. Got to find somewhere to put these. Right. Sting. The Dream of something or other. Again, cover looks great condition. Correct inner. I would say the vinyl's probably good, or better, really good on that because the cover's really clean. Then we've got Level 42, World Machine. Again, turns up a bit, fairly often. Maybe I'll put these down here out of the way. Pipes of Peace, Paul McCartney. Again, seems to turn up a fair bit. Gatefold, looks to be in great condition. Then Erasure, Ship of Fools. So nothing exceptionally rare. Paper in it, nothing exceptionally rare so far, but fairly decent titles if I'm honest. Dire Straits, Brothers in Arms, Hype sticker includes Money for Nothing. Again, looks to be in good condition. Then we have Band on the Run. Cover on this one's not as good. And the vinyl's not quite as good on that one. Right, Eurythmics Touch. I saw the reissue of this in HMV not too long ago. They ask a lot of money for the reissues of this stuff. Oh yeah, I'm not going to pull the vinyl out. Yeah, reissues are quite expensive really. I think they're, what are they, nearly, I think you can get for about £22. Some of them are like £30. Yazoo upstairs at Eric's. Again, cover's really nice on this one, so that should be good. Oh, the glues come undone on that one, but it does have the correct inner. Then we've got You and Me, both Yazoo. I assume that's their second LP. I think the other one was their first. Again, it's got the correct inner on that one. So a bit of 80s stuff in this stack. Culture Club. That's probably quite a common record, but I don't see that often, if I'm honest. Paul Young. Slight damage to the sleeve on that one. Here's one I've not seen before. The Teardrop Explodes, Kilimanjaro. Don't know what that is. That's interesting. That's got an embossed promotional copy, not for resale, so that's interesting. That's an unusual album that I've never seen before. Seems to have the correct inner sleeve. Vinyl's pretty mint. To quickly show the label on this one because it's unusual. Do you know that? What sort of music is that? Never seen that before. Looks a bit, I don't know, looks like it might be from the 90s or something. What year is this from? I'm just looking for a year. Maybe it's 80s, but it looks a bit 90s by the way they're on the front cover, but I could be wrong. So it's Kilimanjaro, I think. Then we have, this one's a bit grubby. This is called the Redwoods. Looks like a bit of an independent. Blue Yonder. Again, another one I don't know. Atlantic, so on a major label, that one. Michael Nyman, The Draftsman's Contract. Charisma label, so quite a famous label. This cover's a bit grubby. Any in here that you guys have not heard of? Pussycat, Wet Day in September. They look like they're sort of ABBA type looking group, but who knows? 1978 is quite old. The Best of the Eagles. A little bit of a crease on the cover. This seems to turn up in a lot of collections. The Police. Not going to try and pronounce it because I'll get it wrong. Correct inner. Krista Burr, Into the Night. Hype sticker. It's got to be 80s, isn't it? Yeah, 86. So this is probably more of an 80s collection so far. Elton John, Too Low for Zero. Genesis, Duke. Hype sticker, £4.99. This one's quite grubby actually. Gatefold, this one's seen slightly better days. Krista Burr, Man on the Line. The Christians, it's got a hype sticker. Is that a gatefold? That's a gatefold. Daryl Hall and John Oates, H2O. The printed inner. Elkie Brooks. That's classic house clearance material. I don't know, that looks like a classical record. Now I think we're getting into the classic boot sale, charity shop, jumble sale, house clearance, tut sort of classical stuff. So I'm not going to spend long on this at all. Banjo Party, Peddlers. Let's move these out of the way. This is the normal junk you see day in, day out. Wonderful show songs, Green Velvet, the most spectacular Latin dance rhythms. Out Now 2, again 80s, I think. Dave Brubeck, Gone with the Wind, still in shrink wrap. Roy Orbison. Sound of Bread, very common, must have sold tons. Tranquility. Michael Legrand, whoever he is. Andy Williams. Motown Gold. These are all very dusty. Johnny Cash. Beethoven. So this is the the average stuff. Mantovani. This is jumble sale, charity shop stuff. Some classical record. Rosemary. Pro Cool Harem. Mr. Smith. Don't know who he is. Two very similar views of Mr. Smith. The Water Sons. Don't know that one. Another copy of Elkie Brooks. Show tunes. Oh, these are dirty. Sweet Trans Brazil. That looks interesting. Is that a gatefold? Some sort of, I don't know what that is. Brazilian record. Chopping Waltzes. Classical. Ronnie Barker. I bet you all want that one. Some Decca classical record. Really somebody or other. Bad Boy, Miami Sound Machine, that's a 12-inch. 20 super hits. The World of Easy Listening. Axel F. All classic boot sale rubbish. Classical. Billy Ocean. That was bought from our price. £6.99. That was quite expensive, I would have said. World of Christmas. Anna Russell. Foreigner. Oh, ABBA. Everyone's got a bit of ABBA in their collection, I think. Then we have, one second. Even though those records are amazing, I've just stood them up so they don't fall over and get totally damaged. Chaz and Dave's Greatest Hits. Music Hall Varieties. Classic Rock Second Movement. I don't know, classical. Some flamenco record. Don't ask me what that is, I have no idea, can't even read it. Or that one, can't read that, can't read joined up writing. Romantic love songs. Somebody or other. So yeah, this is the junk you normally see and pass by, but I had to do a deal and take the lot. Another classical record. Andy Stewart. Classical. Bobby V, live on tour. That's like an American pressing. Someone tell me that's worth a lot of money. It'll be good. It means I've got the things good value. Love Unlimited Orchestra. Jimmy Payne. Looks like a pub going album. This one hasn't even got a title, but it's got an aeroplane on the front. So I don't know if that's a holiday, some sort of holiday album. That is Vonderkamp Sadie or something or other. Another classical record. Bit of Elvis. And Vince Hill. So that's the house clearance lot for today. Maybe I paid a bit over the odds for that, because the first lot was the good stuff, the better stuff, and that last lot was average junk. So anyway, as I said in the beginning of the video, I've got to keep the guy sweet, because who knows what he's going to get next time. So thanks for watching, see you soon.